Okay. Welcome to another episode of The Resilience of Black Women Confronting Breast Cancer. I am your host, Frances Hammond. On this platform, we Black women talk about the disparities, the dismissals, the not being seen, not being given the correct information. So we're going to start, and I'm going to start first now. I told Janelle what was going on. So last week, I didn't do it because I went to have my mammogram. And the mammogram said normal, and I had an ultrasound. The ultrasound said abnormal. Yeah. So I'm like, what the hell? So I'm looking up the RAD and everything, the BI-RADs, and it's saying that it was 0. So that means they didn't get a clear picture of this thing. So they sent me back for another one. Then the oncology radiologist, she comes in and she's like, we have to do a core biopsy. So that freaked me out because I'm on the phone, I'm looking up all of this stuff, and it's saying it could be a cyst, it could be this, it could be that. So for a whole week, last Friday, I laid in my bed and I just cried. I didn't know what to do. I don't want to bother anybody because you all have your own problems. I did tell Janelle, and I told to Zainab, so she knew. So then Monday I had this core biopsy, and the radiologist is like, "You'll find out in 3 days." I got my Band-Aids on and the sports bra and all of this. So I'm waiting and waiting in this portal. So yesterday I looked in the portal and it said it was benign. So I called up the nurse practitioner and I'm like, well, when were you going to call me? She was like, I'm waiting to get the information from the radiologist. I said, but you see the same report I'm seeing. Why can't you just tell me? She was like, well, I'm not sure. So, I'm going to find me another one. So from what I read, it's fibrosis, but it's benign. So that was my week last week, and I was not happy. Thank you, Tupi.
Yes.
I thought about all of you all who get dismissed when you're trying to get clarity on what's going on. And it's like, it's like she hears you, but she didn't hear you. The radiologist was awesome. It's that nurse practitioner that's not. And I'm a survivor into the survivorship program, but I gotta get me another practitioner because me and her ain't gonna work. Yeah. Now what else was going on with y'all? That was my drama. That's why I didn't do it last week because I was in a space.
I understand that. I'm glad it was benign. Definitely glad it came back as benign.
I am too. I'm glad you took the time for yourself to
because
have
that
that
guy
moment to hold that
Kenny,
space too.
the one I talked to, Kenny, I was telling him, and he was like, well, if it comes back and it's something, guess what? You beat it one time, you will beat it again. I was like to myself, I really don't want to hear that,
Yeah, we don't want to hear that shit. No, not at all.
Right.
No. And then the strangest thing, on that day of that biopsy, I ran into my social worker. And she was like, Frances, how are you? And I was telling her about the podcast, and she was like, what made you want to talk about breast cancer again? Because I told her I never wanted to discuss this shit. And I told her because I started telling my story, but you never saw my face. I don't want you to see my face. I want you to just tell the story. And then I told her, I said, well, we had this young lady that I ran into called Miss Zainab. And she was like, let's get some women together and we could have a group and we could all talk about it. So I was telling the social worker, and she was like interested. And I said, you know what? A lot of them are that triple negative. And she was saying, yes, a lot of them are. And I said, and these are Black women. And she said she's finding a lot of Black women that are coming in there and they're telling her about this. So now they're trying to find out why are all these Black women this triple negative.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah,
It has nothing to do with that BRCA gene. It's something
it
else.
doesn't because I don't have the BRCA gene, and about 80% of the people that I know that have triple negative, they don't have the BRCA gene, and they're Black and they're under the age of 35.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
BRCA gene
It's
out here,
really
from what I read, is very low anyway, and just in general.
BRCA gene is literally for Jewish women. If you
yeah.
if you do this, read the science, it's literally Jewish women that have that
Yeah,
gene.
those are the ones that really do have
I
it.
met one Black woman that has the BRCA gene, but she has like other mutations too.
Like
I have the
like
BRCA gene.
Tanika.
You do?
Hmm.
Don't you have it, Tequila?
I don't have BRCA. I have BRIP, which is like BRCA's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, and it highlights a different type of cancer. So that was what my week was about. I had to go get a second opinion on if I wanted to do a full hysterectomy because I'm ER/PR positive, HER2 negative. And I think that's kind of, for the most part, the standard practice, depending on where you step into the numbers game, stage 1, stage 2,
Yeah.
stage 3, on whether they like, well, you can do the, turn off your ovaries, blah, 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 but we always recommend to remove, everything or whatever. And I was just like, I ain't really, if I don't have to go that route right away, I wouldn't choose it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd rather progress into it. And then I ended up finding out I was BRIP1, which has a higher percentage rate or whatever around ovarian and cervical cancer. And my gynecologist, she showed out and did her thing. I like numbers. I'm a numbers girl. I ain't really a feely person. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't want friends. I don't want to hear I get through it again. No, tell me the
Exactly.
probability. You know what I mean? Let me know
Right.
what the numbers look like.
Mm-hmm.
And my gynecologist was more or less was just like, you know what? We don't have a lot of people who have good outcomes, whether they're tested early or later when it comes to cervical cancer. Cervical cancer has a really high
Yeah.
mortality rate with it. And there's not really good just ways for surveillance. And she was just like, you people end up reducing their chances of having any type of cancers in the area by just taking it all out. And that's the numbers we do have to support it. And I was just like, you know what? All right, well, they can have it eventually. Not right now, but
Yeah.
they're gonna have it
Eventually.
eventually based off of
Right.
that. So I was a little like, But then, of course, I'm a silver lining person. I'm just like, you know what? It's just such a good time to be alive.
I
Such a
just said
good time to
that.
be
It
alive,
is.
man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so grateful that there's all this stuff out here for us to be able
Yes.
to present
Yeah.
options and introduce people to new stuff.
don't worry.
Our
That's
own
me.
physicians, because these physicians be clueless sometimes. So, because she hadn't even heard of my genetic mutation as my primary GYN, she didn't know nothing about it. She was just like,
What?
"What?
Oh, wow.
It's not very common." Yeah, she did not know anything about it. And my biggest gripe was I'm BRIP1 was it's supposed to increase your risk, like I said, by about 15%. But something they don't talk about is that the moment you remove all of that, we'll call the floor of your body, you increase your chances 30% for kidney cancers.
Yeah. That's
Mm.
And I'm like, well, if we're
crazy.
looking at numbers, I don't want to trade one for another one,
I
and
don't
I'm
want neither.
asymptomatic.
Exactly.
Right. And I'm asymptomatic. But then when she said, and I hadn't thought about that part, when she was just like, most women don't know they have cervical cancer until it's full blown because it is so asymptomatic. I'm like, damn, she
Yeah.
got a point. Because there
I
was
just
several people who've had it and
mm-hmm.
they didn't know. It was so far gone, they didn't know.
Mm.
I'm always asking people like, what are your side effects? And they're all different. And I just read an article that because Kevin Hart mother, she passed away from that. And he was like
Mhm.
advocating for it. And I didn't even know that. And he was saying, like, yeah, it's the silent killer. And I was like,
It is.
that's crazy. Even
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about that, that is true.
There is no side effects, especially if you think about it. If you're a woman that's having your
There,
cycle and just having a normal cycle, you're a young
exactly.
woman. I mean, I'm removed from that portion of it, but just thinking about how your plumbing just feel funky anyway. There's so many things to blame it on.
Exactly.
Right.
That
It's
is
so many
true.
things. Like, yeah, I'm just probably didn't eat well this week. I could do, but like, I don't know if y'all recall the young lady. She was a big IG chick, black girl, and she ended up
Yeah.
passing very
Jessica.
young.
Yeah.
Jessica,
Hmm.
Something Watts. I can't think remember her last name, but yeah, her.
Yeah.
Like that was another one, and he kept complaining.
Yeah.
about experiencing issues. And to me, it's crazy just hearing even her complaints is just like that's normal hormonal
Exactly. That's just
young
having your
woman
period. Yeah.
problems,
That's
So,
why I said we're dismissed.
Yeah.
hmm
And that's bad because what, all these years I've had a mammogram and they saw this dense breast and I would always question it. And they were
hmm
like, oh, that most women have this dense breast. But why? Tell me why. Every mammogram said that. Everyone. Nothing said anything different. So I'm trying to figure out what is this? I mean, you have this extra tissue in there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So I mean, I feel dismissed because all along when I was having mammograms, they weren't doing anything for this dense breast.
And you didn't have a mammogram and a sonogram
I
at the same
never
time?
was told to have that. Don't
Yeah,
worry,
that's
I'm gonna see my GYN.
yeah.
I'm gonna let her know. You'll
Hmm.
see that report though, and
And
I'm gonna
sometimes
ask
it's
her.
really about the access. You know what I mean? Because like I live in Tampa, and this place is as progressive as it is. People talk about it, but so many people have moved here. It's kind of as far south as you can be. When
Mm.
you think about a lot of things,
Yeah.
like they're a little bit slow. And so, I've learned that just some of the things that they don't have access to or they don't know about for different, reasons, not everything. That was what I was challenged with when I first had found out that I had breast cancer, with just trying to get a damn mammogram in general.
Yeah.
Because I just found out the other day, they really only have like three women's health facilities here, where I'm used to women's private practices, women's health facilities, women's groups who connect with the hospitals, women. No, they got like three places here. And the one place I go to is where all the oncologists send their families and their patients. And
Mm.
I'm always wondering, like, damn, why it take me so long to get an appointment? But I know you got your annual, that's so much time.
Yeah.
But it like literally made sense to me in that moment. I'm just like, this is crazy, like how not available or not like ready this city was for the boom of the influx of people. So
Mhm.
that was, and I had to travel into another city to have a different type of radiation. I had to go to the Midwest to get it's called an ERT radiation because I didn't want to do, what is it, 6 rounds of somebody burning me up. It just didn't make sense to me when they were
Mm.
like, well, you had complete response to chemo. Well, if I have a complete response to chemo and I got less than 100 cells, why am I getting ready to get roasted? I
I
couldn't
never
put two
understood
and two
that. Yeah.
together. So I ended up only doing 3 weeks, but I had to go out of the state to get access to the machines that had, that availability.
Yeah.
So that's something that I definitely recognize, with moving here, because I had moved here only a few weeks before my diagnosis. I was in Texas before. Come on now,
Oh,
Texas is
yeah.
like the
Texas is
mecca.
number
The
one.
mecca
Yeah.
of healthcare, right? So I
I
went back there for
agree.
my second opinion, was ready to go back if it wasn't looking right, but they were like, no, we believe you'll get the, pretty good treatment where you are, and blah, blah, blah. And they sent me to what is considered, I guess, the best place that's here. And it ended up being a really good experience. But again, it's still lets me see how not only being in close proximity, because they've had to build locations that are available to people where I'm at for like we're kind of south, in between Sarasota and Tampa. We're not in either or. And there's really not access here like that. You have to
Yeah.
travel a lot. And just think about the people who don't have
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
access, how
Exactly.
long you will
And look at
delay
your
that process.
government and what's getting ready to happen, right? Where people
We're
will
here.
have access.
Yeah. I mean, that's happening in 2026. Medicaid is about to be
Well, we one of the
done.
biggest states affected by that,
Mm,
Yeah.
which I think is hilarious. I mean,
yes,
and
It's
our
so
president live
crazy.
here.
Yeah.
Our president live here. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy. They're like
It's
we one of the most,
crazy.
and we have the largest retirement community
is
who
that
lives off of that.
That's Rose. That's Anita.
I'm-
That's Anitra right here. That's her.
oh, okay, because her name don't say Rose on the
That
it says
Hi,
we
hi,
always talk about that.
Hi Rose Garden.
hi. I'm
All
Hey,
right.
driving in Philly, so
Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay. We have some that drive, we have some that walk, some that take their kids to different activities, and they be
I'm
on.
about to be on the road in a minute, right?
You getting ready to get on the road?
Yeah, in a minute. My kid's going to dance class. So yeah, in a minute. Ooh, I swear, I feel like when they get a job, when they get anything to do, you got another job. I'll be
Yeah,
like, good
you their
Lord,
Uber driver.
man,
Basically.
good Lord.
You're
You
not
gotta
even
So
getting
take them
paid
to
whoa,
for it.
dance class, all of them?
no, just one does dance, one does flag, one works flag football, one works, and then they all homeschool. So they just working my nerves. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
you home with them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn day. Shit.
Oh
All
my
day
God. I
with
just
them.
got them teachers though, so I don't gotta sit in their face no more. I just got
Oh,
them some
that's
teachers,
good.
and that's been interesting. It's like they do school like they're in college. They go to one class for an hour, they get a break, then they go to another class.
And you're
So
the
it's
one
been
that's
interesting.
teaching them, right?
No, not anymore. I hired them teachers now. So yeah, no, not
Oh,
anymore.
okay. So
Yeah,
they're
it's
homeschooled, but they have a teacher.
now, yep, exactly. So it's been interesting.
That's
It's been
good.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
see you got your sleeve on.
Yeah, this little whole little, and that's another thing, talking about access and availability. I notice a lot of women just really suffering with the consequences of
After
having
surgery.
lymphedema. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, well, what do you got? And what do you do? And this and another." And I'm just like, "Oh, they do this, they do that. What about you?" And they're like, "No, I haven't talked to anybody about anything."
Ain't that
So
crazy?
it's so interesting to
It
me,
is
like
so
hearing
crazy.
that
Like
it's not
I
a
hear
standard
people say that.
formula. Yeah.
Like, why don't you know about this? Or you don't know that's why your arm is hurting? It's oh man, that pisses me off.
Yeah. And I don't get me wrong, I can understand a person trading the pain from their arm for like not having breast cancer. You know what I mean? Just like I can
Yeah,
deal with that.
exactly. It's
You
nothing.
know what I'm saying? I totally get that, especially, and then not only that, just really being ready to take a break from even seeing any kind of physicians. But I'm just like, I'm trying to get as close to my new normal as possible. And
As
once I heard
possible.
that this crap got stage 0, stage 1, stage 2, so I said, oh, hell no. Oh, this sounds too familiar to me. Who we got to go talk to? Because I don't even
What
got time.
specialist I need to see? What sleeves I gotta
Who do I
wear?
need to go
Okay.
see? Right.
Let me know.
Yes.
Because I know
Please.
So I
both
just
of
got
them
my,
wear that sleeve, right?
Yeah.
yeah. And I just got my
How
nighttime
is your
sleeve, and it's
arm?
like a huge oven pit. It's good, but it
Oh, you got
fluctuates
it?
very quickly. Yeah, it fluctuates very, very
Don't you
quickly.
see
It's
it?
so
Let
funny.
me see it on her arm. That was
Yeah,
it, the
it's like a
black thing? Yeah.
Oh, that's
huge.
the nighttime one?
This is the daytime one.
Okay.
So then I got a nighttime and it looks like a big oven mitt. It's
That's
thick.
how mine look. It's so
It
big.
literally looked like an oven mitt. I was like,
Like
wow, with a
my
hand
arm
built in
falls
on it.
asleep inside of it. Like I be
Yeah.
falling asleep. Like, no, this
This
I
is
don't think this
the
one's
one
gonna
that
help you.
they had on there before, girl, that I had to get swapped out every so often, started giving me diaper rash in the fold of my arm.
Oh hell no.
Literally, because it starts to break down your skin
Yeah, it
after a
does.
while. But I can tell it does the best job with really getting that fluid off. This
Mm.
permanent thing,
Okay.
because it ain't the same, but this is what keeps it from expanding apparently. So, but this is the permanent one. And I got a glove too, but that glove, me and it ain't
Oh
getting along
yeah.
right now.
I take my glove off too. Cause
Miss
then
Yeah.
I can't
Bay.
wash dishes. I can't do anything. Like
And
Miss
I
Bay
feel like
there
it's
still?
nasty.
hmm
Hmm.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss
I
Bay?
think she got herself on mute.
Oh,
Oh, Anitra,
No, there she go.
yeah.
Anitra, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself since this is our first time seeing you and getting to meet you?
Yes,
Oh, she remember.
I am Anitra. On Instagram, I'm Rose Garden. I was diagnosed in February 2022 after having a heart attack in January, and they did my CT scans, and my masses showed up on my CT scan. So I went through MD Anderson in Camden. I was invasive ductal carcinoma, grade 3, stage 3C, with the subtype triple negative. So since my diagnosis, I have just been volunteering, doing advocacy work, speaking, and just giving back my time. I'm in 3-year survivorship right now. My 3 years was October 10th. And then I also have lymphedema. I also have an electric pump for my lymphedema and a sleeve and a glove and the nighttime, all of the beautiful things that come with being having lymphedema. Now,
So you have that sleeve too, then, huh?
yeah, I have the sleeve right now. My physical therapist is fighting to get me the electronic pump for my chest. I already have the electronic pump for my arm, but I also need a chest compression in the bottom, the short.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you were able to join us.
Yes, you know, my daughter, you know, puts me on her own schedule. So.
Oh, okay.
So
Know how it is.
your subtype, that's yeah, that's different. I've not yet met anyone with, you said grade 3, stage 3C,
Triple negative.
Triple negative.
triple net.
Triple
Oh, okay,
negative
you did
is
say
a
triple.
Yeah.
subtype.
Okay, you said triple. I didn't hear you say that. I heard you say something else. Okay, I thought. Okay,
Is
okay.
it ductal carcinoma?
That's what I heard you say. That's something like I thought you said some ductal. Yeah. Okay, but
That's the
still,
professional way.
Yeah.
triple negative though. No, that's where. Okay, that's where
Yeah.
you threw me at.
And the
Okay, I
grade
got you.
3 just means that it's aggressive. That's what
Oh
grade.
yeah, no, I know the grade 3. That's the cell proliferation. I thought when she said the ductal, invasive ductal, I immediately just associate that all the time with ER. But then when she said I didn't catch the triple negative part of it. Okay, wow.
That's what I run into, a lot of triple negatives.
Yeah,
Like
that's why that's why I speak to different women and share my story all the time. I've been sharing my story online since I got my diagnosis I've been sharing since January 2022, but I didn't get the official diagnosis until February. But I've been sharing my story because I don't want women to be diagnosed at a late stage like I was. Although I found a mass in my underarm in October of 2021, and I went to the urgent care, and the urgent care doctor told me it was a cyst without like further instructions or anything. So now when I see women on social media saying like they found a cyst, it's just a cyst or something under their arms, I'm like, babe, don't say it's just a cyst without, fully getting a diagnosis with seeing an actual doctor, because they played with me and told me it was a cyst. And who knows, I may not have been stage 3, because my cancer was growing quickly. I could have been, who knows, stage 2 or something like that, because in January when my mass was found in my breast, it was 2.5 centimeters. But 4 weeks later, it was already almost 4 centimeters. So that's how aggressive my cancer was growing.
Was there any correlation between your breast cancer and a heart attack?
So the cancer caused the heart attack, the inflammation in my chest, because my cancer was in my breast, my armpit, and by my collarbone. So I was like all inflamed in my chest. And I had kept complaining to my doctor. I'm about to go over the bridge, so I don't know if it's going to break up because I'm going on the bridge or not. But I kept complaining to my doctor that I kept.
Yeah, it broke up.
It went out for a second.
Yeah, she said that too.
Must be going over to George Washington.
Oh, I gotta get off, y'all. I gotta go to the other call.
Okay, Mama.
Other calls. You
I'm
cheating on us?
I'm hosting a virtual call tonight.
And then guess what? And she have we could do next month at
that virtual thing, the virtual whatever. Yeah.
Your gift.
Okay, I'm gonna check you out. It's gonna be on your page then?
I'll put it on my page.
All right, bet. I'll see.
You want to know when the date is?
Yeah. I'm gonna post it in the chat though.
Because I had to text her.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the chat.
You.
Well, good luck, host.
Thank you. See you.
See you, Mama. Okay.
Have a good night, girl. Have a good turkey day. If we don't talk to you before then.
Oh yes, happy
Yes.
Turkey Day. Yes.
Yes, enjoy. I'm about to go wait for Tisha to come back.
I'm saying get up and run out. How's
Miss
Zaynab?
Betty,
Where's she at?
still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Now
okay,
she
good.
was
Yeah.
telling you. You had tequila all into your story.
hmm So you were saying the last part we heard, Ms. Rose, was that you found out the inflammation was in your chest wall in those 3 locations, and then it went out.
Yeah, my chest was like very, very inflamed, and so that was affecting my heart. But I'm also a cardiac patient. I've been a cardiac patient since 2018. Since 2018, I've been a cardiac patient. I had SVT and AFib and all of the things.
Okay.
So
You out here living your best life now, huh?
Oh, I've been living my best life through it all. I don't let this stuff stop me. You know, I felt like I lived throughout my cancer. I never stopped doing whatever I wanted to do because I felt like with my cardiac issue, when I went into SBT, my heart rate was 237 beats per minute. 237 beats per minute for almost 2 hours, like almost 3 hours. And then I felt like I was dying. So I felt like when I got the cancer diagnosis that I know they give you a whole thing on what you can do and your prognosis, diagnosis, and all of the things. So I already knew what is going to happen with this cancer diagnosis. But with my cardiac issue, I feel like it was more serious because I could have a heart attack, stroke, or anything at any time of the day, doing anything.
And can I ask this then? How was that process going through chemo, considering that chemo has such a, quote unquote negative effect on your heart? Was that more physically of a burden for you?
So my heart numbers did change, but I've already had a cardiologist, so I got my echocardiogram before chemo, had it during, and then after it was done. But after it was done, my heart numbers went back up. So it kind of stabilized. It stabilized after I finished chemo, but I went through chemo actually fine. I was scared that I was going to have an issue, but I actually didn't. The most severe issue I had when it came to chemo was fatigue. My fatigue was very, very bad. I did feel nauseated and I did feel sick, but the fatigue issue, like I couldn't function. Like it was my fatigue was so bad that they lowered my steroids and I was still having an issue with staying awake and being alert. But my doctor was like, I can't lower your steroid any lower for a safety reason. But that fatigue is my main issue.
Did you have a mastectomy?
Say it again.
You had a mastectomy?
Yes, I had a double mastectomy with no reconstruction. I was denied reconstruction because of my health history, my blood clot history, and cardiac history.
And then how long you would have to be under for it? It's a long time.
Well, that's what they said, but I went through my double mastectomy fine, no issues with healing or any of that type of thing.
Oh no, I meant the reconstruction.
Oh. Yeah, they said it was
long.
Yeah, that's what the doctor did say. But I was also told by another surgeon who works with people who have health history like I do, and she said that there are doctors who will work with a patient like me. You just have to find that doctor. And she said that the plastic surgeon should have just guided me to a different doctor instead of denying me the procedure.
And not only that, I could see that being true, especially if you weren't, depending on which approach. Because if you want to do plastics, I can see that actually happening. Like you said, I can see that. Were you thinking about that type of reconstruction?
Well, I was thinking of any kind of reconstruction because when I went to sleep, so I'm a flatty, but I am a angry flatty. I'm not a, oh my gosh, I'm flatty. I love it. I chose this. I didn't choose this, and it's been 3 years, and I am still not in a place of being a happy flatty.
Gotcha.
So when I went to sleep to get surgery, in my mind, I would be having expanders. So when I woke up, I didn't have expanders, and the doctor told me, we'll discuss it like in 2 weeks at your, checkup.
Mm.
When I went to the checkup, then is when she told me that she wasn't going to do it. So
yeah, I'm sure that was a horrible feeling.
Mentally, I wasn't prepared to not have chest at all. So it affects my, day to day. When you get dressed and wearing certain things, you can't have. And I don't wear prosthetics because I'm a single woman. That's the other thing with, happy flatties. It's like my husband doesn't mind, or my boyfriend, he's accepted it. Well, I'm single, so all that stuff doesn't affect me. It's different between me and you. I'm a single woman, so I can't flat, put on a prosthetics and go about my day and go out here and try to mix and mingle and meet somebody. Like it's a whole different thing for me.
And I ain't gonna hold you on that. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny you say that because, like, I actually just went through reconstruction, and I didn't do double. I did single, and I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't mad about it. Right, the single, but it definitely affects, like you said, getting dressed and who you are as a person and how you try to individualize yourself amongst the world. Right.
Right.
But I was okay with it, even though I still had one little Snoopy, little flat A over here, little flat tire on the other side, right? That's how I always felt. Like it really didn't bother me. But I will say, once I got it done, I was always a small chested woman. So when I got it done, I'm a little bit more bustier than I was. It's got its own level of things that, bother me with it, because there's no feeling
Yeah.
in it. Because I did a deep flap. So I had to do my tummy. Yeah, I did the tummy to my breast. So there's no feeling in it, and it just kind of, turns on different things that you don't necessarily think about that's not just associated with the aesthetics of it. Yes, when I put on my clothes, I do. I'm with you all day about that, right? Like I put on my clothes, I feel good about it. And even when I see it myself, I feel good about it. But the moment, like I'm touched in that area, I'm like, ooh, these is for show. What is you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all these. This is all these is for show. These is like little whatnots on the table. Don't touch these. They
Let
don't
your
even feel like
husband
they
touch
belong to me. Girl, I don't want to touch me. Oh, no, no, no. These be for show. Don't. What are you
him.
doing? And and I'm always messing with my kids and all of them about them. I'll be like pulling them into my little chest, be like, oh, put your head in my bosom, because I ain't never had a bosom, right? I always be messing with them. But when I think about it from that perspective, like from a sexual aspect, I'm like, ooh, these is weird. So I get it now from both sides of it, but I can say, like, if I had to be a single woman in that capacity, I get completely where you're saying, where it's like you feel like an incomplete package. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In a sense, and when you're trying to present in the world. And I'm with you, I could not deal with the prosthetics because it was too much maintenance with the prosthetics for me. That just made it feel more like of a reminder that there was nothing there. It kind of puts you in the mind of wearing lash extensions versus wearing strips. I would choose lash extensions all day because I wake up with them as if they belong to me,
Right.
opposed to having to deal with the hassle of making sure these things glued on right. And you know what I mean? They not looking like I'm Chinese in one eye and got a real natural eye. I would choose that all day. But I will say that having them, it definitely has its own weirdness about it where it feels like it's a third party in between my body, my breasts.
Wow.
It's not me. And it was funny because when I had one of my friends, she had the plastics, and when I went to hug her, and this is before I had mine, it felt like I was hugging a person who had rocks on their chest. And
Yes,
Really?
she
I
was a
felt
thin,
that as well. I felt that hugging other people before.
yes. And you know how it is when you are flat, you kind of open and exposed. So that is one thing I will say, that having the chest, I'm glad you just said that. That is one of the better benefits that I will say having the chest has given me comfort with, is because when I didn't have it, I, f- I felt like, and there is not no feel, I know it did. It affected my posture because I was always in a like kind of a hunch space trying to protect that area because there was no more fat there. And sometimes I'll be playing with my kids and they might accidentally come at me in my chest too hard. You know what I mean? Things, and they don't feel it. It hurt because it's nothing but skin and rib. And so once I got, the chest back on, I definitely can't say I felt a bit more secure in just my posture. And I didn't realize that women were more prone to falls when they don't have breasts because there is a lot of measurement
About,
symmetry.
right?
Yes, which is why women have back problems when they're too big or, those other issues when they're too large. But I didn't even think about that from just not having them at all. Like how much it bothered, like how it would affect my posture. My back would hurt just simply because I'm trying to protect this area that feels like it's a hole there. But
Yeah.
going with my friend though, she's a thin woman, very petite woman, and she had like maybe some bees, and it literally felt like rocks on her chest. However, I noticed even from her, just from her going from flat to them, just how much more they made her feel like you said, complete in a sense. So I'm coming to my whole point is yes, I agree with you. If it's an option for you, I would definitely go that route before I even walk away and give it up on it because it is a different mental thing. And I thought I was gonna be okay with just being flat, but I didn't realize how much once I got the breast that it did actually help me in ways that I didn't anticipate at all. Because I never had titties, girl. I've always been a little titty lady. So it really didn't bother me at all. But once I
You
got them,
got
I
the
was just
B
like,
cup
man.
now?
No, no, I just got a C. Look, first I was a fake C because it was all just fat.
Oh,
Like, the places that you be pulling from under
right,
your
right.
arm and tucking in the bra and making a little cleavage. But I was always like really for real, like literally a B. So I'm a C now from the tummy fat.
Okay. Okay.
And then since they put the quote unquote lift and the bra and all that stuff in there, it definitely makes it fit more. Hey, Miss
Beautiful.
Rose, it's good to see you in person,
Hey,
right?
I had to pull. I just got closer to home, so I just pulled over. Like, let me just pull over and turn the light on.
Okay, but yeah, so I would definitely say, if you have the opportunity to even just get on that quest, I think it is worth it. As weird as it is, as much as it feel like it's a third person in between me and my husband, I ain't gonna lie, just to know, like, you only in the bed, look, maybe a couple hours of the day, but you're walking around projected in the
Yeah.
world more hours in that part of the day. And that in itself it does give you a bit more confidence about yourself and how you present. So I'm with you on that. At first I would have been like, girl, forget them titties. You know what I mean?
No, it's a whole thing, and I feel like what they didn't do was if they felt like they weren't going to,
They should have set that expectation.
they should have if they felt like they changed their mind, they
Hmm.
should have said it prior.
Yeah.
So I could have prepared myself, but I wasn't prepared. And not only did that happen, but I had chemo burns. Taxol burnt my face. I've seen people with burns on their skin from Taxol, but I had like the burn. Well, not had. I still like all this brown on my face. You probably can't see it, but
Okay.
so I
Yeah.
had that. Plus, I'm flat chested, like, and then not even.
It's a
I
lot of
had the
losses.
dog ears. Like, it's like a whole. It's just like a whole lot. It's like a whole thing.
It's a lot of losses. Yeah, there's a lot of losses.
Yeah.
I agree.
But you didn't have radiation though, right?
No, I did have radiation, and I was burnt terribly. I
My
did
Really?
friend had the
chemo. I
same as
had
you
my
and she
double
had it twice.
mastectomy and radiation. I did 28 rounds of radiation.
Hmm.
I did
Hmm.
20 and I got
Yeah,
burnt.
Yeah, I
mm,
burnt it was like the last day of radiation, and my skin was getting brown. And then after that, my skin just turned
went through a
black.
morph.
And yup, and it was crispy. And when they gave me the
I forget what is the burn cream. It just made my skin just fall off like in little
Mm-hmm.
chips.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they gave you that white
Wow.
cream, right?
They
Oh,
they
wow. Okay, okay. Her mom,
What happened?
Tisha said her
Oh, is that when she got up? Okay, I seen her get up real quick too. I hope
yeah,
she's okay.
yeah, she says she's okay. Let me see.
Okay, good. Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah,
Yeah, she said, what she
she
said?
fell. Yeah,
Yeah, she
she
said
said
she
she's okay.
fell. Yeah.
So you know what's funny is that with yours, can I ask, did they offer, do you take what is it called? The GLP one shot?
no
Oh, you
I've
mean
been
no
the
my
seeing lately.
for the weight loss?
Yep, I've been seeing it. I got two friends
I
no
take
my
it.
that work taking
cardiologist
it.
is currently trying to get it for me, but my insurance denied it because initially he wanted me to do surgery, but the oncologist was like, no, she would rather me do um
He
the
wanted you
shot.
to do weight loss.
She wanted me to do the shot instead of doing surgery.
What kind of surgery? If you don't mind me asking.
The sleeve.
Gotcha. So I did bypass right before I found out I had breast cancer.
Okay.
Literally, I had bypass September 22nd. I got diagnosed like December 19th. So it was like when I say it felt like my steps was like ordered, it was crazy. But man, like I definitely can see how it is such a huge benefit. And I think that's dope that your people are already advocating for you to have it because a lot of people, like just in the medical world, don't feel like it's something that they willing to deal with until 5 years. But it's such like the women that I follow who've had it, man, they got like they got results like no other. Like there was only one girl that had a reoccurrence and she was BRCA and she's still
Mm.
good and she's still living good. But all of them had a weight loss surgery, whether it was the sleeve or the bypass. And they're all doing really well and they like 13 years out.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I've
Yeah.
been really following those folks. And when you think about all the inflammation and all the things that come with just, that grade 3 thinking that comes with the type, because that's the same thing I had too, was grade 3 as well. All the stuff that comes with that or whatever. They're doing a study. They just started a study right now where they're trying to see more details about the GLP-1 shot because they already know that it helps. And they already know that it helps women with breast cancer. But they doing something with it with triple negative too. And I got like two friends, like I said, it's a
I
part of
was
their
about to
healthcare
say, but
maintenance.
usually triple negative is usually not even in the equation of
It's not, well, it is the
those.
one that I know people who have it is on the triple negative, right? And because that's their only like that's their only medicine. They don't have
Yeah.
any preventative. It's there on that
Yeah.
shot. So
Hey,
yeah, that's
Tamika,
dope.
Well, they
Hey
have the shot, and
Tamika.
then now doctors are using it's a medicine for your bone health. It's supposed to help prevent bone loss, but it's
Oh,
also
osteo. It's for a reoccurrence. I
that's
know what you're talking
Zometa.
yeah.
about. Yep,
Is
So
I
it
know
people are
exactly what
Zometa?
I'm
doing
about.
it. Yes,
I take that.
Zometa.
Zometa.
Hmm. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
I
exactly which
took
one you're
it.
talking about.
yeah,
You,
Well,
but that
apparently,
also comes with like jawbone loss or something like
I
that.
had that problem. Mm.
Yeah, but
what?
I'm
Hold up,
already
wait,
having an
what?
issue with my
Your teeth, right?
teeth. Yeah, I've been having a
If
So,
you
bad issue
take
with my
it, you go to the dentist first. That's how you
so
do
wait a
it.
minute. Hold up, my let me back up. Yeah, y'all done lost me. Let me ask a clarifying question here. So, taking the shot gives you the bone. Y'all know how I be with these questions. Taking the shot is what gives you the bone loss.
It can cause bone loss in your mouth, in your jaws.
Mouth. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I
That's
took it
crazy.
and my dentist, she wanted to do something in my mouth and she was like, I can't because you take Zometa, so you have to have the tooth pulled a different way.
Oh
yeah.
wow, I had no
Yeah.
clue.
So now I
Mm.
don't take it anymore. So I had to get a post, but the dentist won't put the post in there. I have no idea why. She said she'll just put the crown. I had root canal, and she just put the crown.
Oh, wow.
That's what Zometa can do. I'm gonna tell you something. It makes your body ache, though.
And I don't need no more
That was
ink.
my experience. My bones would hurt right after, like a couple of days after. I would be in pain. I'm like, yo, I feel old. But
And you only take that one for like 6 months or something, right? Is that like a short-term treatment?
I found out it's different strengths. So I was taking the one that you take every 6 months.
Mm.
Now I'll be taking the one every 12 months. So I'll get my teeth done first and then I'll go. That's why I said if you take Zometa, let the dentist go take care of all your dental work before they start doing it.
Yeah, my oncology, not all oncologists offer it to you.
Yeah, my oncologist, she was like, "You're gonna do this," and it was right after I finished all my treatment. Well, really in between, and I'm taking all of this stuff. I'm like, oh, so.
Wow.
But
I didn't know that.
that Wegovy is what they gave me, and I realized it was for weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It gets rid of a lot of inflammation. It actually is meant so with the sleeve, Ms. Rose, having a sleeve or the bypass can reduce your cancer risk for over like 49 different cancers that are hormone positive or hormone, not positive, hormone related. So I'm curious to, I can't help but to even think that same thing since you said you were 3C, which is that inflammation aspect of it. Is that correct?
For when I was 3C, that was the
Mhm.
that was the grade that I was.
Right. Don't they? I thought they associated that with like an inflamed breast cancer. I
No,
thought a lot of times.
no, I've never heard that, but I do. So I had been inflamed since I had the breast cancer. And then when
Okay.
I was on immunotherapy, my immunotherapy like made my body out of whack.
What did they give
Wow.
you?
Everything,
Oh,
everything about except for like the organ failures. I still have an issue with fatigue because I had the issue with fatigue while I was going through chemo, and then I did the year of immunotherapy by itself, and I was super duper fatigued where I couldn't even stay awake. Like I just yawned forever, never and ever. And I'm still super duper fatigued, and it always gave me pneumonia without
oh.
without yeah, it always gave me pneumonia. So I always was like I had a terrible cough when I finished immunotherapy, and um my chest would feel like I was like, even still now I'll feel like my chest will be as if I have a chest cold or something like that, and I get a scan and it's nothing there.
Oh.
Mm.
Tisha, your mom's okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She's
Good.
fine. She fell on, but she's okay. Thank you.
Good.
Tamika, you got anything to tell us?
Hey, Tamika girl, how you doing?
Here I had a meeting today with the not the teacher, the director of the school, since we have our upcoming event on the 6th for the caregivers. So we was just going over the layout of the event.
Where's that, in Georgia?
No, in Houston. So in Houston, I do cancer caregivers the first weekend in December.
Well,
And it's
this is Anitra. She's new to the group.
Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm sorry I'm late.
I was late too.
So
But
next time,
do,
if y'all on time, then y'all can tell your stories.
yes, I do have some current news. So you guys know the last time we talked, they had diagnosed me with rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia. Well, I had been having a bad cough lately, and I went in, and they saying from my x-rays it looked like I have an enlarged heart.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, it sounds like good time for you and Rose to meet each other then, right?
Yes, you and
Um,
Anitra could talk to each other because she had a heart issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm having trouble with. I guess my whole thing is with the doctors. I was just talking to the director at the school where we just, doctors, where it's like it's always, well, we think, and then they throw medicine at you. And then
Mm-hmm.
express yourself to them. And it's not that you're expressing yourself in anger, you basically advocating for yourself that I'm a cancer patient and I had chemo. And one of the chemos I had is one of the most dangerous chemo you can have. It's the red devil. So if I have symptoms that I feel like maybe, a part of that or a part of the rheumatoid arthritis, then don't shun me off. Hear
mhm,
me when I'm expressing to you that I'm coughing on my spit at night. Hear me when I'm telling you that my hands, my back, my feet, and my shoulders are hurting and swollen. Hear me when I'm telling you my chest is burning,
mhm.
y'all. So that's what I'm going through right now.
I'll be keeping you in my prayers, Tamika.
Yeah, most
I'm sorry to
definitely.
hear that.
Yeah. So when you said about coughing and they saying that they don't see anything, yeah, they didn't see any fluid. They didn't see any, tumors or anything like that in the x-ray. But I've had an x-ray before on my knee years ago and they didn't see anything until they did an MRI and it looked like a whole piece of chunk of my bone was gone.
That's all I was just gonna ask. They ain't did a CT or MRI to make sure they check like pleural effusions and things of that nature yet, because the X-ray is like real limited.
Right. So once they saw that in the X-ray, he's recommended me to get an echo because that is one of the things with the red devil is that it can't, especially with me having hypertension already before I had cancer, I have heart disease in my family. That only made it worse.
Did you
So
have a cardiologist before?
had a cardiologist. I had a cardiologist during my whole treatment. And
Eh,
my hypertension has been worse and worse and worse. And now with the new PCP that I have, at least she did take the opportunity, even though it added another medication to my bag of other medications, at least now my blood pressure is regulated. But my blood pressure
mm.
was high, like when I say to the point of stroke levels.
Mm.
And the cardiologist didn't help you.
No, no. All they did was just added more medication or increased the hypertension medication, and that's it. Then they take the EKG, and that's it. But I haven't had an echo since I got first diagnosed with breast cancer.
And when
That,
was that?
that was in 2022. That's the last time I had an echo.
And they're supposed to watch you with and a lot of people aren't even seeing a cardiologist. I was telling Janelle didn't see a cardiologist. I'm like, girl, everybody's supposed to have a cardiologist
And
once
see
you go
them
through
every
chemo
year.
so they can
Yep,
give
I'm a
you an echo. They're
cardiologist.
supposed to follow you with your
And
every year.
echocardiogram.
the only thing they've been doing is what my oncologist been doing as far as surveillance since I had a double mastectomy and since I had triple negative is that they do the CAT scan and now I'm at the year mark where they do it every year. But with my heart, like you said, I should have been getting echoes. I should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the EKGs, it's only going to show EKGs and X-rays, especially with me being in the medical field. I already know that it's limited. You got to go the extra mile. And so now I have a friend that does echo. She's been doing it for years. She said for them to see that through an X-ray, yes, you need an echo. She said because it
Yeah.
could be something there that is not being seen in the X-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I'm sorry. I just get passionate about
we family here. We sisters. It's
it. Yeah,
okay.
I get
Yeah.
You know I
about
love you.
yeah. I just get passionate about advocating and people not understanding that as a thriver or survivor, yeah, you got good days, but you got bad days too, and that's okay. And we
Mm-hmm.
judge that, oh, we complaining about this. Yes, we are glad and happy and thankful we're cancer free, but we also want to be whole again. We also want to feel better again.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I
we
get
go
that. I
through it.
hate that for you.
Nobody knows what we go through except us.
Mm-mm.
Well, I will say, boy, God know he got a funny way of doing things because Miss Rose came right in here right before you,
She
Yes,
sure
and you
did.
just shared a very similar, well,
Yep.
not even in the same, rotation, but just it sounds like y'all have some things in common, and this may be a person that could share some insight and
I
help
think
you
you
better
two
prepare.
should exchange phone numbers.
yes,
Hmm
yes,
In the
Yes.
chat.
Definitely.
I have Tamika's, but you can put it in the chat,
yeah. I'm gonna put
Anitra,
it in.
and you could all share each other's numbers.
Hmm
But Tamika, she has her own little thing going on too. I think you would be interested in. She likes to pamper at the beauty schools.
Oh, and you know what's so funny? That's crazy too, because Tamika, you can actually share some information with her too. Miss Rose, Tamika had a deep flap like me, and
Yes,
she also has the heart issues going on. So
yeah.
that can also she could probably help you. And then I think y'all in the same city, right?
We're in Houston. You in
Oh,
Houston?
no,
No, I'm
she's
in
in
Jersey.
Jersey.
You in
Oh,
Jersey?
I thought she said something about MD. When you said MD Anderson, that's what made
Oh
That's
me
what
no,
I
I'm
confused.
thought.
in MD Anderson in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah, it's a
You did okay.
yes.
Gotcha.
So she like up
Gotcha.
there where close to Janelle, ain't it?
Yeah. She
Yeah,
Janelle like
yeah.
an hour, 15, hour and a half for me.
Mhm.
Got you. But still, y'all both sound like y'all got some good information that y'all can swap, considering
That's
that
what I said.
art
Yeah.
scenarios in the midst of it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I
Man.
put my
My number,
telephone
so I'm
number.
sending it to. I put it in the chat anyway, but that's my number, Anitra.
Okay.
Yeah, but Tamika, oh, she put her number, Rose Garden.
That's what my people know me as Rose. So I'm Rose.
Oh,
Rose started in 2021, and because I couldn't change, they wouldn't let me change my Instagram name. So I kept it, and now people know me as Rose Garden, and so I just kept it. So people just call me Rose. I answer.
oh, okay. Because I was like, that's how I know you as Rose Garden. Because
Yeah,
Instagram. Because Janelle told me to invite you.
yeah. I talk to Janelle all the time. I reached out to her when I was having issues with my immunotherapy because I came across um because although I like websites, I don't like the information. The information is always negative when it comes to triple negative. So I like to meet real triple negative women live in the flesh and listen to their stories and journeys. And I was looking up the hashtag immunotherapy, and it was a Janelle had posted something, and I reached out to her in her inbox, and she responded like right away, and we've been talking ever since.
Well, Tamika, aren't you triple negative?
Yeah, I'm triple negative, stage 2, grade 2B.
Okay, I think I actually follow you on Instagram.
Pink
Pink
breasty
Breasted
sister.
Sister.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. But she has her nice little organization where she does pampering.
I love that. Yes, I do follow you because I always see that. And I'm always telling Janelle, because my goal for 2026 is to start an organization to do days of rest or weekend of rest for women going
Mm-hmm.
through different things. Because in Jersey, I feel like every time I see something, it's like Texas, it's like Atlanta. But in
Mm-hmm.
Jersey, I feel like we are lacking when it comes to doing things for the breast cancer community.
New York too.
New York too, but I see Delaware. Oh my gosh, the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition. I see them doing everything under the sun. So I'm hoping, not hoping, I will do in 2026 something for women to have days of rest, because mental health is so important, because we be going through it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we do go through it.
Yeah, and it's not enough being done to address mental health issues before you get finished with chemo. When I don't know about you guys, but when I got my chemo diagnosis, I mean my cancer diagnosis, they had someone call me on the phone to give me a whole rundown, a whole list of what vitamins to buy, what happens with each individual medication, like the whole thing, how treatment will be, how long it will be. But then when you finish, they don't give you like a exit review. Like they don't tell you the mental stress, and after you ring the bell, like the whole emotional thing behind the ringing of the bell and the loneliness that you feel when your doctor is saying, when you're having an issue and your doctor is now like, call your family doctor.
Mm-hmm.
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 Whereas when you were in treatment, it was like, let me know if you have a cough, let me know if you have pain. And then it's like, okay, well, call your family doctor about that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like after you finish treatment, they ghost you.
Yeah,
they
because
do.
it's in their mind we done what we supposed to do. So
Right.
Yeah.
bye.
And I let
It's
my
just like bye.
oncologist go. I
Right.
let my oncologist go, and in February I'll start with a new oncologist. But I let my oncologist go because the lack of concern and care when I was having an issue was for me like, you like, we had a good relationship, but now I see like, you really ain't give a damn about me.
Mm-hmm.
You really didn't. Because for me to reach out to you and tell you that I'm in pain, I got scans done and it's still an issue, I'm still in extreme pain, and I asked her for a PET scan, and the response via my chart was, Anitra, your insurance company will not pay for a PET scan. Will you be willing to pay out of pocket?
Oh,
Not
wow.
come in, let's discuss it. Not what's your pain level? Not go see your family doctor. Not I can set you up with an MRI or a CAT scan or an X-ray or, anything. Lack of care, lack of concern. And we had our last meeting, face-to-face meeting. It was our breakup talk. It was our breakup. We are done. This is it.
You had a bad experience.
Yeah.
And is this MD Anderson affiliated with MD Anderson in the South?
Yeah, they're the same, but just one is in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that's where you went, Tamika, right? MD
No.
Oh.
I went to Methodist.
Oh, okay. I know you know about MD Anderson, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
do.
went to them.
I do.
That's so funny. I keep hearing people saying they having some challenging experiences with them.
What I've heard about MD Anderson, I've heard good things and I've heard
Not so good things, right?
yes. But I can't
Just
say
Texas or
because I've
Jersey.
never experienced because I've never been there. So like I said, I've heard sets of different things.
Mm-hmm. And see, we got an MD Anderson satellite in Jacksonville, but I went to MD Anderson in Texas.
In Houston.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Houston. Yeah, and I ain't gonna even lie, it just felt like I was like at the Black Wakanda of hospitals. I was like, this is amazing.
Wow.
I ain't gonna even lie. I was just like, how you doing? Everybody was black. From the doctors to the, I was like, how you doing? Look, I was just wanting to talk to
Wow.
everybody, just touch everybody. Like, is you real? It was amazing. Coming from up here where I'm at, well, not up here, over here where I'm at in Florida, where everybody pink and wrinkly. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. What is this? So yeah, and
So
here it feels like the place I go to feel like a good old boy country club.
I know they have one black breast doctor,
Yeah, we don't got
which is
none.
crazy. She has what they have one black breast doctor there, but I don't even know anybody that's ever had her.
That's so funny. Yeah,
But
we had my doctor was Turkey. That was the closest I got to a black.
Yeah, the person I'm going to be transferred, the person I transferred to, I believe he may be Indian, I believe.
Mm.
But yeah, I thought I had this great relationship. I will always tell her, like, she will always ask, and I'm saying, like, I'm
You
speaking on this
do it.
panel.
Like your family
Um,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It. Uh-huh.
And she has this assistant. He has no medical background. He's just her assistant. And he is very sassy. So I'm like, I was on the retreat, the casting for recovery retreat, and I'm at the casting for recovery retreat, and the my chart comes through my thing, and I'm like, this can't be her. It has to be him. She would never say that because we have this doesn't even sound like her. And then when we met in person at the appointment, and she came out of her mouth and said that it was her, I said, wow. I said, this whole time I was hoping it was your assistant. And I bawled my eyes out because that let me know you really didn't care about me this whole time. Always smiling, you hugging me and asking me how I'm doing and all of the things.
It's because they be wanting them Google reviews.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
That's all.
That
That's why I
part.
ain't gonna even hold you. That's why I don't care nothing about none of that
That
niceness with
part.
these people. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not here for the lovey-dovey. I got enough of that at home. Tell me what the hell you finna do for me, because I know that it could be just this experience as soon as I go out the door. Because you only want them Google reviews. You want them ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I
So either
knew
you
I
gonna
made
fix
the
me
good
or you not.
decision. I had talked to my breast doctor. We was at a breast cancer panel together. We was speaking on the panel together. And I spoke to her like we was off, we wasn't in the medical doctor's office or nothing. And I told her what was happening. And usually if you have a good doctor, another doctor will say like, no, like they are great, don't change. And my breast doctor was like, Anitra, do what you need to do. And I was like, that's another confirmation, because if she was a great doctor, my breast doctor would have been like, Anitra,
And
don't.
your breast surgeon is the big granddaddy over everybody. People don't understand that systematic hierarchy. You know what I mean? In the
Mm-hmm.
process. And believe it or not, you can literally go tell on the oncologist to your breast doctor if they don't be acting right and really shake some trees. So did you end up staying with MD Anderson and just switch oncologists?
No, I didn't switch. I switched. I'm still with MD Anderson.
You just switched doctors. Okay.
I just switched doctors. I
Fantastic.
just switched
Okay. Okay.
doctors.
Yeah. Because I believe it or not, I've heard a lot of people have a really bad experience because they didn't want to think about how they moved in the process in the beginning. They kind of just wanted to be told where to be and where to show up. And once they started to kind of run into those bad experiences, then they wanted to jump ship. And when they was ready to jump ship, ain't nobody just gonna take you because you already been touched by that facility.
Correct. That's correct.
No,
And
they were
so,
actually my second opinion, because if I would have listened to the doctor um at the hospital where I was at, that's who they sent me to a breast doctor. And
perfect.
she told me to wait. She told me I would have to wait to get my genetic testing before they would figure out what chemo treatment I would have to
Mm-hmm.
do. The
Mm-hmm.
next day, I had an appointment with my hematologist, and my hematologist was like, well, what happened at your appointment? And I told her, and she was like, what? Well, you have triple negative. They have a strict protocol. Like this, they have
Very.
a treatment already. There's no waiting. And she was like, let me call my friend who is my breast doctor. And she was like, I got in there the next day and they did my treatment plan and everything. I saw the breast doctor, oncologist, signed my paperwork and everything. That was on a Friday. And I started everything on Monday, had my breast
Fantastic.
MRI done and my genetic testing done that same week. My
And
port
this
put
is with
in
MD
and
Anderson,
started.
right?
And that was with MD Anderson. If
And
I
that's,
waited at the other hospital, I would have been stage 4.
see, that's the
As
MD
bad as my
Anderson
stuff
and I
was.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that my oncologist was the only issue that I had there.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Yeah,
There's
because that's how it
yeah,
was for me.
my oncologist was the only issue. And that was like, after I've already had treatment. This was just a year ago. This was just a
Gotcha.
year ago, October a year ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I just switched. So I'm not in treatment anymore. So
Right.
and so I went to started to go see my original assistant physician, my original oncologist, because my original oncologist who did my plan left. So the breast doctor was like, you don't have to see your actual oncologist because you're not receiving care. You're not under a medical treatment plan. So she was like, you can see your original. I was like, oh my God, good, because she listened and I loved her.
Yeah, I just use my doctors for my well-being. Straight up. Like I keep my oncologists in my network for my paperwork for work. You know what I mean? So that I don't have to play this little banter game with a primary care physician and all that other jazz. As long as I'm on this pill, because that's all I take is festamine and whatever, Lotradex, whatever. As long as I stay under that medicine, y'all my physicians. Y'all getting my money, y'all gonna see me. So I keep them close in my network because of like that. So for my job, I'm able to be off 4 times a month. They exclusively made me 100% work from home. Like I got all the tweaks, all the stops. I get an extra 15-minute break every day. Like I use my oncologist and them for that. Even though I don't see them technically anymore either, because I'm outside of that same window as you. But any other of those physicians will make that type of stuff complicated. Like the heart doctor, the lymphedema doctors and all that. So I go right back to my oncologist and be like, yo, I need the paperwork. And they pretty much keep and I just look at it like y'all helping me maintain my standard of living right now. This is a part of my standard of care with you all. And they just be like, all right, let us know what you need us to do.
I told my oncologist the same thing with my FMLA paperwork, where it was 1 year. I think it was like, I think I was out maybe at the maybe 6 months, 9 months at that time. And he was saying, well, you're not in treatment no more. I said, but don't I still come see you? And he said, yeah. I said, so until you say you are released from my care, you got to do this FMLA every year. Until you say, Tamika, I'm never seeing you again, you gonna have to figure this out every year. And I ain't had no problem since.
And they do mine for a year. They roll that paperwork for me. They go from 1 year to the next year. And I'm just sharing this to say that with y'all because these other physicians will be on some, we can only do it if you was having a treatment with us, or we can only do it if you had a small short-term surgery. And this is just what I've learned is navigating that space. Even my breast surgeon wouldn't do anything more than 2 weeks beyond having my mastectomy. So I'm like, oh no, somebody's going to be doing this paperwork. Somebody's going to do this paperwork. And
Your
that's when I
breast
went back.
surgeon didn't see you for your mammogram or anything?
Yeah, he did, but he wouldn't extend any paperwork outside of a surgery because he wasn't saying that I
Job was
see a
done. Yeah.
Yeah,
His
like his
part
job
was
is done.
done. So
Exactly. That's how he see it. Exactly. So then that's when it started to make sense to me. Like, hold up, I still see oncology every 90 days to every 6 months to once a year to whatever. Well, they gonna start doing it. They gonna be the one who I'm gonna keep because they tried to push me away and was like, well, we don't see you. And I'm like, you a lie?
that's right.
You
You
see
still
me.
see me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And they
told
tried to
them
make my
they
deep like
wanted to
not to do it.
stretch my care out. I said no. I still want to be seen every 3 to 6 months. Don't be talking about I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to come back for a year. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like
Mm-hmm.
they're like no. You're not gonna do that to
Do
me
you do
because
ctDNA too?
no, I don't. I don't. Um. So I was trying to fight to get it. MD Anderson does not like it.
So guess what? You will now not have to fight to get it because they just passed a rule that as long as you were before stage 2, as long as you were, like your stage was above 2 or more, that's automatically like you can get it. And you
Yeah.
don't
So
have to get it with MD Anderson because Moffitt don't like doing it. That's who I go to. They don't like doing it either. So guess what? I go to a whole nother cancer facility who I don't get no care from but just the ctDNA.
yeah, I was going to get it, but I had talked to Ricky. We was on a Zoom with Ricky last month, and I had asked her about that, and
You
she
mean
was
Ricky
saying that
Scarlett?
yes,
Yeah, from
from touch.
touch.
From
Mm-hmm.
touch. And she was saying that even still, she was like, it's like a iffy if it worked for Black women or not, because Black women still weren't in that study.
So
So
the
the
funny part
statistic,
about it is that the test itself came from like being pregnant. That was a pregnancy test that got like kind of you know how they kind of refabricate drugs or whatnot, or
right,
refabricate tests. Um, and so the thing about it is it's just another layer of surveillance. You
right,
know what I mean? That's just kind of how I see it. Ain't none of this stuff perfect, right? Because
yeah,
it's almost like looking at when they look at these CTs and one doctor can see one thing and the other one don't. And now they finally then got AI in it and the AI is capturing more cancer than them, right? It's similar to that with this. This is a way for them to catch some sort of residual DNA
yeah,
months, and on average it's about 18 months prior to a reoccurring event. So my point, the only reason why I asked that was because I heard you say, like, I want to get seen 3 to 6 months. And I know these doctors and insurance play this game. Like,
yeah,
no, you don't
because
got a
I don't
valid
get a
reason.
mammogram. All they do is check my
Exactly.
breast, and because I already have, like, I have my flap and I'm still numb and my body is just wacky.
Yep. Yep. So
So my
I would
body is just wacky.
suggest it. I would definitely suggest it as another layer of surveillance because that's what I heard when I heard you say that I want to be seen this time and that time. And I know they be pushing back on that. That ctDNA
Yeah,
is another layer of being seen without being seen.
Mm-hmm.
And they can see the numbers of that. And ultimately all it boils down to is if you got your old cancer now resurfacing back up in your blood. And it could be on a scale, like on a spectrum of how it resurfaces in your blood. So, and it is so that they can know that it's there before it sits in a liver and a bone on your brain. That's how soon they can see it. So they won't even
yeah,
capture it on those and I know why MD Anderson don't like it. MD Anderson don't like it like all the rest of them don't like it. It's because they feel like we don't know how to treat it yet. If we do
yeah.
get
And
a negative.
that's what they said. But
Yeah.
the doctor, so the assistant physician guided me to this doctor because he believes in all of the things that I'm talking about. He
Mm-hmm.
believes in all of the blood work and following and getting scans and all of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Hey, Tukwila, let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you something. Why you sideways? That's what I want to ask you.
Girl, the dang on, cause look, that's so crazy. Y'all sideways on my phone. Oh Jesus, my
Really?
phone ain't did. Yeah, my phone ain't flipped. Girl, let me look at her. All this time I've been meaning to go in and see why that's sideways, and I'm like, girl, I don't know.
I didn't know if you knew you were sideways.
Girl, something wrong with my phone. Y'all are all like this on my phone. Like
And
whenever
that's how you look up like that. Yeah. Yeah. But
it never
anyway,
flipped. What it
this
was
is a
once
good.
Tamika came in, she messed up the flow of
Yeah,
all of
I was like,
yeah.
wait a minute, I'm driving. I said, let me just cut it off until I get home. Just cut it off. Just cut it off.
Yeah,
But
because that was like she was
Hilarious.
straight,
so
and then all of
crazy.
a sudden she's sideways.
Definitely. But
And I
Rose,
know you got the kids in the car. You took
no,
them along.
they in the dance things now. I'm just sitting in the car, yeah. But yeah, Rose, I would definitely inquire about it if I were you, considering, like you said, if you want that added layer of care. Not, it's no big deal. But if it's something you want, I just think like, give me all the numbers that tell me
Yeah,
all the things. I want to know all the treatments. I want to know everything that's available because I feel like I told my oncologist, it's one of me. You got 50 of me. I only got me. You paying
yeah,
attention, you got surveillance on 40, 50, 100 other people. And I don't trust you to not have scanned over everything in my file and potentially miss something. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's no shot to her or him or whomever. It's none of that. It's just, I just feel like we all responsible. It's a village. And I want
yeah,
to be a part of that. I don't try, and being a Black woman who knows again how we're overlooked, how we misdiagnosed, how we delayed, all of those things. Like I told my physician when she told me the same thing you just said, I'm not giving you that test. She told me she don't want me to take the test either. And I'm just like, what the hell? You told me it was aggressive and we got to go so hard at it in the beginning. why the hell we not doing that same thing from
At
every
the end.
aspect of surveillance?
At the end.
And I finally like got on her nerves so bad. Like, I'm like, you still ain't gonna give me this test, lady? You still ain't gonna give me this test? She like, look. I said, so what you telling me? You don't want me to take it? She pretty much kind of broke down and was just like, I don't not want you to take it. I just don't want to be responsible when it comes back positive. Because she's had women who came back positive and they spent time trying to catch it and figure out where it was at. And she just was like, I just watched it.
Was it a false positive?
Yep, and it watched them. And it wasn't a false positive. It took a long time for it to surface. And she was like, it depleted their mental health, and I just want them to live a good life as long as they can live a good life.
And that's what the doctor said.
I appreciate that, but I'm a numbers person. You know what I'm saying? And living a good life to me is 1 + 1 = 2. Not no damn 1 + 0, and I don't know the X in the A, and I don't know the formula. Like you're not making this make sense for me. And I know that portion of that is on.
It was detailed.
Yeah. So I definitely appreciated her finally saying what she had to say, but I ended up having to do the same thing as you, and I found a progressive physician who was all about. He like, if this come up positive, I feel like it's my fiduciary responsibility to start treating you, and I like that approach. I like her conservativeness, but I also like the idea that I got somebody else who like, hey, we can't play conservative when we see these numbers that's saying this is a problem.
Girl, you got a dog in there?
I know. I see it hopping around.
With this damn pamper on. With a pamper on. Please.
My dog don't like car rides.
Got a pamper on for real?
Yeah. She's sitting there with a whole of pamper on.
Go ahead.
Is it an old dog?
No, she just because I guess because the kids we was out all day and they fed her late. They just didn't want to accidentally go in the house, and it's starting to get dark so early. But no, she not. But we've had her for a year. But she's 11. Well, she 11 months. But we've had her for maybe about 3 months, and so she's just trying to still keep her get a pot. And we've only had her 3 months off and on because my kids was able to do a test trial before they got a dog fully. So we still trying to just get her used to the doors and all that stuff in the house. So
that keep them busy.
Yeah.
But that's another job for me though.
And I got my dog. My kids, I got their dog when they were. Always told them when they turned 16 they could have a dog because I'm like I'm never taking care of nobody dog. I got these kids when they was 6. The dog when my youngest was 16, and that dog is my dog. And my dog don't even want to be bothered with them kids. Like he don't want them to take him outside. He don't want them to feed him nothing. And I had that dog since 2018. He don't want no parts of those kids.
And this heifer got separation anxiety. This dog.
So does my dog. He don't want to be alone. He cries.
That's why the dog is in the car because the separation.
She's gone all day with us. We gotta take a bag of food, a bowl with bottled water. She in the store.
Yeah, that's why she got separation anxiety because she with y'all 24/7.
Exactly.
But then of course the kid are homeschooled too, so she don't get.
And she does have separation anxiety.
And she look like she a small dog. She's small.
She's a whole rat. A rat.
Yeah, you know, small dogs, they be having all them separation anxieties, and you got to get them a little vest and all of that. And
I would have never signed up. I had no idea.
We're gonna see Tequila walking with her dog with an outfit on. So.
She
I said never again.
Stroller and everything for it.
Yeah, they
have the stroller. Take your baby.
And they trying to dye her hair now. I'm like, if y'all don't leave this damn dog alone, you already got her in the pamper. She really don't need the pamper because she's a smart dog. But you know how I look. My kids are my younger kids are 10 and 12, so she a whole experiment to them. This is like the new age version of a baby doll. Baby walking around with her, bouncing her like she a whole little baby. I'm like,
and she just be enjoying it.
Yep.
Just letting them do it.
Eating it up, girl. Eating it up.
Anyway, ladies, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I got an appointment tomorrow, so.
It was nice meeting you all.
Nice meeting you.
I hope to see you on the 11th. That's our next time. We do it every second Thursday of the month.
Yeah, that's fine. Usually some Thursdays I work at a winery, so some days I'm working on Thursdays, so I might pop in late, but like
Oh,
15
okay.
minutes late. But
Well,
A
you see,
winery.
everybody else was
Play
popping in.
yeah, I
hard.
love wine.
Hey, do
But
y'all do
I
that?
try to give everybody a chance to say what they have to say.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah,
Look, do
because
they got
I
that
don't
wine
want to
that's
rush
do y'all
anybody
sell
over.
the wine that's for not that what they got this new wine that don't got the alcohol in it, but it
Oh
ain't.
no, it's all wine at my winery.
Mm,
No
dang,
non-alcoholic beverages there.
dang, look, no Kool-Aid, no fake
No
stuff. That's
Kool-Aid.
what Jamaican told me one time. Told me and my husband one time. We was like, "What? Some juice without liquor." He told me we don't do freeze pops. We don't do Kool-Aid pops here. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
Well, good.
ladies,
It was a
thank you
pleasure,
for
ladies. Have a
joining
good night.
us.
Yeah.
Well,
All
thank you
right, have a
for
good night.
having a good time, and welcome again to the Unexpected Detour. We will meet again in 2 weeks, and this conversation was awesome. Have a
All right.
happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Happy
Yeah.
Same
Thanksgiving.
to you.
Amen.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And remember, Tamika and Asha, y'all could talk about, you have similar stories. So
Yes.
not
Yes.
exactly the same, but I think you two
I'm
could,
gonna reach out. I'll reach out tomorrow.
And
Yes,
Tamika, I don't
ma'am.
know if you heard her. She trying to do reconstruction and struggling
Oh,
with that. So that's
She
why
missed
okay.
that
I'm telling
conversation.
you,
Yeah,
I told
call
her.
me. Call
I'll
me.
call you
That's
tomorrow.
the expert right there, Tamika.
Yeah.
Teacher, I hope your mom okay, girl. I
She
hope she
fine. She
really, really
watching
okay.
she watching Fatima.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, good. We know what's good then, right? She
She
back on.
fine. She sitting on the couch watching Fatima. She okay.
All right, good.
I
all
love
right,
it.
ladies. Have a
All
happy
right, good night.
Good
Happy
night, y'all.
Thanksgiving, y'all.
Happy
All righty.
Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.